Okay, good morning or afternoon, whatever it is, I don't know. The woefully unemployed, right? No, I work when I need to. But yeah, lots going on for Dan right now. A lot of people, a lot of questions, a lot of different, what the world calls diseases or conditions or just health issues. Call it what you will. I'm going to today I was just inspired to sort of gives just a general, because if I can look you in your eyeballs, then I can see where you are and I can give you the proper information that you need to take the next step. When I'm on the camera here, I've got to just go on an overall, I just have to do the infinite context. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do infinite context. And we're going to make it simple, because so many people are like, I can't afford to eat raw foods. I'm like, you can't afford to eat raw foods. You're listening to the wrong dudes. I can't afford not to eat raw foods. Why? Number one, I haven't spent not one penny in over 12 years at any doctor anywhere, okay? So, can I afford to not eat raw foods? Can't do it. I go eat wheatgrass. That's my medicine. What I want to share with you today is the simplicity of it all. I've got a recipe, and maybe we'll do that real quick, and then I'll wrap a little bit. And if I have to do 2 videos, I will, but I'll stop wasting time. I've got about 8 carrots, and I've got a head of celery, and 1.5 cucumbers. Now, what do all these foods have in common? And this coconut that goes in there. All these foods are alkalizing foods. Now that is what we're going to be working off of today. Think alkaline while we do this juice. Get used to that word. It's becoming more common. It's becoming more well known. And we'll go into it a little bit. So check it out. Let's make a little juice. I'm thirsty. Pretty amazing, huh? Great juicer. Breville, juice found in me. No, this isn't an infomercial. I should probably hook up with them, huh? So we'll leave 1 cucumber for later, because we just need a little bit of juice to get us going here today. I'm trying to get out into the woods to get my food out there. But as you know, I'm the chef in the family, so and I got all these vegetables hanging around, so we're gonna juice those up. But I'm gonna be eating more and more off the land as much as I can, because it's the peak of the season right now with all the berries and stuff. Oh yeah, this was another thing for a nice young lady that wanted to, she was like, I can't get into them coconuts. Oh yes you can, if you got one of these and you got one of these. Now this is a pretty big spike, but you can go to any hardware store. You might even want to get one a little bit bigger than this. But here you go, young lady. I don't know your name. You have a username, but everybody has such a weird username. It's not reality, right? Boom. Simple. We don't need to cut our fingers off to get into these coconuts. I mean, anybody can tap a hammer onto a nail and get into one of these babies. See how safe that was? I mean, I still have all my fingers. It's amazing. So that's that, right? We'll do this part of it. It's a little bit of a slower draining process. I'm going to go into the Vita-Mix here with a little bit of ice today, because it's pretty warm out here. And then I'll just let that soak into there. So the video for today, the idea is this. It's so simple, guys. Step 1, alkalize. That's all anybody needs to know right now. I know it sounds like an oversimplification, and I know there's probably some MDs out there or whatever, or other teachers that are going, no, it's got to be, it's more than that, and it is. There's always the nuances for the individual cases, but the overall inflammation, acidosis, and congestion in the body is what we're going to try to eliminate with alkalization. Alkalization is the first step in the process of alkalization, detoxification. Well, let's say this is kind of how I like to say it. Alkalization, hydration, detoxification equals regeneration. You know, regeneration, baby. Those are the people that are lining up with Dan's trip, because you can stimulate yourself all day and night with all the stuff out there that you might have to think you need to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on to be on a raw food diet. Look at me, dude. I'm living off carrots. Okay, I told you this method is slow. I'm living off carrots. I'm living off cucumbers. I'm living off celery. I'm living off the berries out there. I'm living off a few things out of the garden here and there. Spinach. I have done more supplements and all that stuff. But don't get me wrong, there's nothing like some herbal tinctures or a whole superfood powder to get you, to give you a little bit of dankety. I'm especially fond of the herbal tinctures. But in the end, it's going to be the alkalization from the simple fruits and vegetables. I know it doesn't sound fancy, it doesn't sell a lot of books, and nobody has celery parties, But the truth is that people want to get well. They want to feel good. They want to get results. And as we mature in this path, we're going to realize that all the stuff that's really cool and fun, don't get me wrong, I love everybody that's doing all their stuff. We all have a part to play. But don't let the expensiveness of all the products and supplements that are supposedly needed get in your way of adopting a simple diet of fruits and leafy green vegetables, because that's what's helped me the most. That's when I feel the best. After some celery, cucumber, and spinach juice, I can work all day long and I don't think about food. I go and I'll have like my breakfast juice, and I'll have like cucumber, coconut, celery, and spinach. As you know, I drink that like every day if I can. Pretty much. It's my favorite juice. And I'll go to work, and I'll work in the hot sun over a pressure washer, cleaning windows all day, just getting ripped, moving heavy ladders all day long. And I do great. And then when I'm done working at 8 hours a day, then I go to the raw food restaurant and get coconut and wheatgrass. Yeah, so I'm thin as a bird. I think that I look like the kind of guy that is good to go, live a long life. Of course, I used to be a bodybuilder. It's kind of hard for me to be this skinny. But health is more important now than my narcissistic megalomania. Even though I love the pump, and one day when I'm done with this, I hope to go back and maybe eat millet or whatever it takes to kind of get some more of the muscle back on, and just so that I can do that, because I like that a lot. But right now it's the health, it's the energy, it's the movement. And so what it is for me is the alkalization: spinach, celery, parsley, cilantro, fresh air, very alkalizing, watermelons, lemons. The list goes on and on, but pure and simple fruits and vegetables, as fresh as you can get them, as ripe as you can get them, and as simple as you can have it in your stomach. A watermelon for breakfast. Hey, it might not be exciting, but you know what? It works. And there's none of that weirdness that keeps you from having peace. So for the young lady who's, this thing's still draining, and I hope I don't go over my 10 minutes, but there's that. And then I want to show you how easy it is. And then you take your coconut outside, and then you take it outside so you don't bother your dad, and you hack it open outside on the concrete with a $10 machete, because you can stay the hell back and chop that thing open. So now you can get into those coconuts, and now you can alkalize your life with the simple fruits and vegetables that has always been, in my opinion, the truth and the foundation for a raw food diet. You can't afford to do it. You know you're worth it. So do that thing and let me know what I can do to help you. Alkalize, hydrate, detoxify, regenerate. Alkalize, hydrate, detoxify, regenerate.